Welcome, listener. I'm going to give you some excerpts from Shepherd's first book, Being Something. If it has the interest that hopefully it will, it is one of a series of four to five. Age is for preteen on up. I know Amazon has it listed to 12 to 18. That is incorrect. Hopefully they have remedied it by now, but it is preteen on upward. This sci-fi fantasy with roots on Judeo-Christianity is just incredible. So let's begin with a series of fortunate events. From south to north, the pulsing Baltic is about 1,000 kilometers in distance before it splits into the Gulf of Bothnia. This incredible bay is to the north, whereas the Gulf of Finland is to the east. The Baltic source of challenging waters is the tumultuous North Sea. The bold setting sun paints the dark gray clouds with highlights of fascinating reds, yellows, and oranges. The dozen congested nimbus clouds that harbor right above the cliffs, to NCO Tops, non-commissioned officer Tops. A secluded visual marvel that has certainly attracted the attention and body of young Thaddeus Altruis. He stands right in the center of this remarkable void of hysteria. Persistent as an ant, Ada Hagebrot finally reaches the outer perimeter of the mini tornado. She takes a few seconds to catch her breath and notices her sock is missing from her bootless foot. She wipes the mist from her big, thin lenses and stares at the family home. Ada frowns to herself, not seeing her parents exiting it yet. She shrugs manfully, squints with virility, and boldly breaches the tantalizing yet controlled vortex. Oddly enough, the perky girl easily enters the furiously spinning whirlwind, a twister that continues not to damage anything about it. Once Ada's alongside her brother, she instantly shares his frozen admiration. Her eyes widen as broad as her oversized spectacles at the impossible events unfolding above. Starting directly in the calm center of this enchanting tornado, Ada and Thaddeus have little trouble communicating. "Wow!" exults Ada. Her voice bounces unruly off the tumultuous, bustling winds encircling them. It's at this time when Thaddeus actually realizes he has company. He rolls his eyes after snapping from his daze. "Ain't this something?" Ada belches innocently. "What are you doing here?" Thaddeus attempts to gently scold. "Better get back in the house till this storm passes." "But I got to tell you something, Pookie," exults Ada. She leans on her brother in order to remove debris from between her exposed toes. Thaddeus does a double take on her foot. "Really, Ada? Where's your other boot?" he asks mockingly. Ada sheepishly looks in several directions while slowly pointing to the wall of the whirlwind. Her brother tightens his brow with disappointment. He then squats and starts to remove his jacket. "Give me your foot," the preteen instructs. "Pookie, look," his sister shouts gleefully while pointing upwards. About to reach for his dropped Bible, Thaddeus returns his gaze skywards. He swiftly rises while studying an array of large, twinkling lights bursting from the cloud pack. He and Ada are able to clearly view outside the twister to see the lights forming an illuminated beam. The focused ray of light strikes the Baltic Sea at a 40-degree angle. This places the light beam 1/4 of a mile from the cliff. Ada jumps up and down animatedly. "It's God's flashlight! It's his flashlight!" Thaddeus grabs her wrist and leads her outside of the isolated cliff tornado. He swiftly leads her across thick, dark, soft sand to the dilapidated fence. Before they are even halfway there, his half-sister tightly grabs his arm. "Your Bible," she delivers with unwavering sincerity. The children stop in their tracks to gape back at the stationary tornado. Strangely, they can't see through it or inside it, but they know the Bible is there on the ground. It looks as though Thaddeus is about to scream frustratingly, but decides to continue leading his sister to the fence. "Go get it, Thaddeus," Ada passionately implores. "I'll wait right here. Promise." A haunting rumble yawns from the mystical twirling cloud deck. The two kids stare with bewilderment at the channel of exotic light lacing the water. A myriad of charged particles sporadically float throughout a focused beam of light. These flickering molecules resemble the color of a lit oil lantern, a dark, hypnotic amber. They're visible only when they pulsate every 3 seconds. Just then, the longest and bluest bolt of lightning blazes from the cloud pack. Its pathway is confined within the channel of light beamed before it. A retarded and quite lengthy flash that ends up fascinatingly stretching from the cloud funnel to the sea. Now, just as the kids absorb this, a burst of blinding light overcomes the cloud deck. The tornado is instantly sucked completely up into the spinning clouds above. Afterwards booms a deafening short crackle from the clouds. Thaddeus instinctively ducks, then turns to his frightened sister and forces a smile. "Fun, huh?" he asks assuredly. Ada frowns sourly and keeps kneeling on the soft sand. "We're not moving till you get it, Pookie," she obstinately insists. "We're just wasting time, so you might as well get it." An object about the size of a large fighter jet ditches in the sound. Again, Thaddeus lowers his body reflexively like a rabbit. This unexpected crash in the western Baltic occurs just outside the channeled light beam. The unidentified flying object disintegrates instantly on collision with no explosion or flame. With that, the boy smiles warmly at his sister one final time and bolts for where the tornado just was. Just as Thaddeus Altruist reaches within 3 steps of his open Bible, something slams into him like a freight train. About 10 feet tall and 5 feet wide, the throbbing object seems membranous. The gelatinous, expansive glob absorbs the immature human male body and carries him over the cliff's edge. A screeching howl blasts from the massive clouds as the whirlwind suddenly ceases. Ada screams belligerently for help, but her soprano cries are drowned by the cryptic events above. She frantically trots to where her brother once stood and finds only his Bible. She cautiously approaches the edge of the cliff in order to peer at the dangerous water below. Her brother, or the thing that gobbled him, is nowhere to be seen. Join me next. We'll grab another chapter. Please. Purchase the book at Amazon. It's called Being Something by Brother Sebastian, issued by Shepherd, a W.B. Warren sanctuary. Gracias.